Today is January 19, 2021, 20 years after 9/11. It is the mirror image of 9/11, 119. The plane struck suddenly. The word suddenly appears many times in the Bible. Let's look at a few circumstances that precipitated sudden intervention on behalf of God in the affairs of men. These are a few of the transformative events that happened without apparent warning to Saul, later becoming Paul, in his zeal to persecute the early Christian church. Acts 9, 2-4. Saul wanted to capture all of the believers he found, both men and women, and drag them as prisoners back to Jerusalem. So he obtained the authorization and left for Damascus. Just outside the city, a brilliant light flashed from heaven, suddenly exploded all around him. Falling to the ground, he heard a booming voice say to him, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" Paul spent a lot of time in prison. His message was sought to be censored by the state of Rome. As I write today, I don't think Rome is doing well. I wonder why. When God wants His word to be out there, He can open prison bars, as we see in Acts 16:26. Suddenly, a great earthquake shook the foundations of the prison. All at once, every door flung open, and the chains of the prisoners came loose. David had enemies surrounding him. He would write songs dedicated to God with lyrics that poured his plight into the heart of God, so that he might be delivered from his enemies. The following biblical passages will speak for themselves. Psalm 64, verses 1-10. Lord, can't you hear my cry, my bitter complaint? Keep me safe from the band of criminals and from the conspiracy of these wicked men. They gather in their secret councils to destroy me. Can't you hear their slander, their lies? Their words are like poison-tipped arrows, shot from the shadows. They are unafraid and have no fear of consequences. They set their traps against us in secret. They strengthen one another, saying, "No one can see us. Who can stop us?" They're nothing more than unruly mobs joined in their unholy alliance, searching out new opportunities to pervert justice, deceivers scheming together, their ill-conceived plot as they planned the perfect crime. How unsearchable is their endless evil, trying desperately to hide the deep darkness of their hearts. But all the while, God has His own fire-tipped arrows. Suddenly, without warning, they will be pierced and struck down. Staggering backwards, they will be destroyed by the very ones that spoke against. All who see this will view them with scorn. Then all will stand awestruck over what God has done, seeing how He has vindicated the victims of these crimes. The lovers of God will stand glad, rejoice in the Lord. They will be found in His glorious wraparound presence, singing songs of praise to God. Psalm 7, verses 14 and 15. Look at how the wicked conceive their evil schemes. They go into labor with their lies and give birth to trouble. They dig a pit for others to fall into, not knowing that they will be the very ones who will fall into their own pit of failure. For though I did nothing wrong to them, they set a trap for me, waiting for me to fail and fall. Proverbs 6:15. But when calamity comes knocking on their door, suddenly and without warning, they're undone, broken to bits, shattered, with no hope of healing. Save me. Bring me to the spiritual gates of Zion, so I could bring you the shout of praise you deserve. The Lord Yahweh will suddenly arise. He arises to accomplish His strange work, peculiar as it is, the strange work of judgment. There's nothing new under the sun. Man is not a student of the past. Every few decades, he has to be tutored harshly for the demons of vanity, pride, and greed he embraces. In the next few days, you will see the words that were read here that have come from ancient texts, the Bible, fulfilled in your own eyes. Jesus says, "Fear not, I am with you always." God bless you all.